All passengers aboard the hype train, we have arrived at our destination. This is the OnePlus 2. Hey guys, this is GK from TechPP.com, and today we'll be unboxing one of the most hyped phones in the recent past, the OnePlus 2. The first change that we see here is the design of the box. If you remember from the past, the OnePlus had a bigger box, but this is going to be the minimal design box. It screams out red. It has some design here that sort of indicates the number 2, and pretty much that's it. So let's go ahead and open this. There's a tiny flap here that will let you bring out the phone. Let me keep this aside for a moment. So here we have a booklet, a quick start guide, the user guide, and the warranty card, and the all new USB Type-C cable, and the charging adapter, all with the OnePlus logo, and Deno earphones. Alright, so let's go back to the OnePlus 2 itself. Alright, so the first thing that I notice here is it fits more properly into my hands as compared to the OnePlus 1. And the reason being, this one is 1.2 mm lesser in length and probably another 1.2 mm or 2 mm lesser in width. And that is the reason why it fits more neatly into the hand. But in terms of the thickness, this comes at 9.9 mm, which is 1 mm greater than the OnePlus 1. And in terms of the weight, it weighs more than the OnePlus 1 itself. This comes at 175 grams, that is 10 grams more. Alright, so that was about the dimensions and the weight. This has more metallic build into it, and that's the reason why it weighs more. So overall, this is a 5.5-inch in-cell LCD Full HD display coming at 401 ppi, same as the OnePlus 1, and this has the Gorilla Glass Protection 3. So let's have a look at the much hyped, much bragged about design of the phone. The first thing that you'll notice is the fingerprint scanner here. This doesn't go in or something of that sort. We'll see how it functions once the phone turns on completely. Looking at on the phone, you'll see a very high quality metal build here. You have the power button and the volume rocker. On the top, you have the 3.5 mm jack and the microphone there. And on the other side, we have something that we haven't seen in other phones. This is a 3-step notch here that slides, and this is used for notification purposes to just prioritize when you want to be alerted and when you want the phone to be quiet. This is something that OnePlus has come up with, and that is something really cool. Looking at the back, there are a lot of changes here. The flash, LED flash goes to the top as compared to the OnePlus 1, and we have
touching the screen until you hear a beep to enable accessibility mode.
So just to compare the two phones here, we have the 13 megapixel camera, which is similar to the one we saw in the OnePlus 1, but the OnePlus 2 has optical image stabilization, and this tiny thing at the bottom you see here is for the laser focus that allows for faster image clicking and so on. And then we have the OnePlus logo, and when we go to the bottom, you have the speaker grill and the port for the USB Type-C. This sort of reminds you of the iPhone, but that's the design. And to the front, you have the proximity sensor and the 5 megapixel camera. So this runs on Android Lollipop, and this is the Oxygen OS 2.0. So let's have a look at the interiors of the phone. So this device is powered by the Snapdragon 810 version 2.1 is what the company claims. And this is an octa-core processor clocking at 1.8 gigahertz and accompanied by Adreno 430 for all the powerful gaming that you want to do. Accompanying the processor is 4 gigabytes of LPDDR4 RAM and an internal memory of 64 GB, which cannot be extended. This also comes with a variant of the 16 GB, but that will come a little later. But now this Sandstone version is a 64 GB version. And powering this phone is the 3300 mAh battery, which is non-removable. And as mentioned, it goes with the USB Type-C charging. This has dual SIM ability. So let's go ahead and try to open this up and see what the tray looks like. One of the things that we saw in the launch is OnePlus 2 comes with a lot of options for the swappable covers. We saw bamboo, we saw a lot of others, so that'll be a cool thing. So this again is very thin, something that we see in the Samsung phones. So that's what it is. So here we have the dual nano SIM tray, and this supports 4G band. And one of the questions that many people have asked is, does this phone support the Indian 4G 40 band? Yes. The product manager Helen on the forum has confirmed that this phone will work for the Indian 4G band. So that's a good news. Speculations out of the way. So bottom portion of the phone here, we have the fingerprint scanner, and we have 2 buttons here that act as, the back button and the recent taps. And you can also configure them to function in different way. But I guess most of us would go ahead and enable the on-screen navigation buttons. So this is the first look of the Oxygen 2.0, and this sticks much closer to the stock Android. That's what we see here, but there are a lot of tiny customizations that OnePlus has done, which will investigate. So let's go to the settings and look at the Android version here. So this is 5.1.1 Lollipop. So let's look at the amount of storage that this phone offers out of the box. So we have 54 GB or the 52 GB rather, that is available to the users, which is pretty good. So overall, this looks pretty neat. We'll have to see what sort of customizations OnePlus has done, and the performance and all such things. There are some main questions that people would have. Is it worth upgrading from the OnePlus 1 to the OnePlus 2? How is the Oxygen OS itself compared to the Cyanogen and other custom ROMs that are there? And the main question, the Snapdragon 810, does it heat up a lot? Because that is one of the things that it is infamous for. So many such things is what we're going to test. And of course, the 13 megapixel camera that comes with the optical image stabilization, does that really help the phone to take very good pictures in the low light conditions? These are the things that we'll find out, apart from the battery. How long does it last? How long does it take to charge completely? Because one of the things that was mentioned is this does not have the quick charge ability. If you remember, the OnePlus 1 used to charge real fast because it had the quick charge. So that is another thing what we'll also be testing. So that was the OnePlus 2. Finally, I'm so excited because I have the hype in my hands. We'll be back with a detailed review and a lot of other comparisons with the upcoming phones and the OnePlus 1 also to tell you more. Until the next one, this is GK from techpp.com signing off. Bye-bye.